Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the NGL community. I'm Coop in the booth today for an exciting game. Going to be the 3-2 Washington War Machines against the 3-3 Sacramento Splatter. In the booth with me, I got the man, the myth, the legend, Conspiracy.
What's going on, that old NGL community? How's everybody doing?
So yeah, we got an interesting matchup here today. So Splatter already played their first game of the third week. So after this game, they'll be set fully. I believe if they win, they 100% uh, guaranteed a playoff spot. There's a weird chance where if they don't win this, that it could potentially be up for grabs.
Okay.
It would be incredibly, I think, like a very niche thing, perhaps. I'm not 100% sure.
With a 3-3 record and a 3-2 record, it seems like the teams are quite evenly matched up. It looks like in the league, so should
Yeah.
be a good game between the two of these guys.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how they match up. Mainly, probably the biggest X factor in this game is going to be Death, who is the leading receiver currently in the entire league, who was just entered right now into the lobby. So yeah, he is here. He's ready. It'll be interesting to see how he matches up offensively on some of these defenders here for the Washington War Machines.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Death play. Right before I took my little break from Gridiron, I seen Death basically coming into the scene a little more and more, and he was starting to light it up a little bit. And now that you're saying that he's leading the league in receiving yards, this is going to be a great game to come back and commentate.
Yeah, so the matchup he's gonna be going up against primarily on offense should be JBX, who will be uncharacteristically. You don't usually see the quarterback go out to play corner on defense, but JBX does that. He tries to be that lockdown presence there for them. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he matches up versus a Death here.
Yeah, JBX, his he's always been a shutdown defender. If he needs to singly zone out a wide receiver on that edge, he will go out and take that guy away from the game. They also have AK, who is another like intimidating player to go up against.
Yeah, he's a
So
name.
with the both of those guys out wide, it's going to be hard for Jipper to make a play out there.
Yeah. Let's get predictions started here for you guys. Let's do a prediction here for y'all. Oh, we never chose the outcome before, huh? Who will win this game?
So I take it JBX has been practicing quarterback because the last time I seen JBX quarterback was in a pug match against me, and unfortunately he fell to defeat to yours truly. So I mean, with a 3-2 record, it looks like he's been putting in some work, I guess, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely put in some work lately. Was QBing in the GFA season for Rat Pack. Did pretty well
Okay.
for them before they did expanded after defeating title. About a week ago, maybe like a week and a half ago.
Oh, all right. So he got the victory over title
Mhm.
and decided to say, you know what, I'm hanging up the belt.
Yeah, and JBX's main strategy, being the kind of movement player he is obviously going to be running prowess. A lot of people fear the amount of rushing yards he can put up. At week one of the season, he put up a 300-300 game, 300 rushing yards, 300 passing yards.
Wow. Okay.
So, and people have
Yeah.
feared him ever since.
JBX is he's one of those movement guys when it comes to the controller. It is hard to tackle him because he's so diverse when he moves. Um, but this team on the other side, they do got some good tacklers on that side. So let's see what they could do.
Hmm. A lot of good guys as we're about to get into the game here will be The Washington War Machines up against the Sacramento Splatters. Looking at the teams real quick on paper, going to be JBX QBing for the War Machines. On the line, going to be Wi-Fi, Mouse, and Cheesecake. And then out wide, it's going to be Vasquez, Esset, and AK-41 making his appearance once again. He's been a little bit iffy on the season. Hasn't been able to make every single game, but when he can, he's definitely been a presence on the field. Then on the other side, obviously, we're gonna have Jipper QBing for the Splatter. Gonna have Regis, Echo, and I believe Hippie making up that line core. And then you got Joshi, you got Death, and you got Captain Club making up that wide receiver core. Gonna be an interesting matchup. What are you looking forward to seeing here, Tom?
Um, my main thing is I want to see the line because, especially if JBX is one of those quarterbacks that is going to be running the ball and making a presence with his feet, I want to see the line from the Splatter being able to contain him in that quarterback pocket.
So we'll be Jipper kicking off here to the War Machines first, so they're gonna have their chance to put their names on the board potentially first here. See what they have up their sleeves. It will be maybe I'm probably looking to roll either short side run here, perhaps. We'll see Essid out of the running back slot position there. We'll see what he opts to do. JBX will be rolling to his right here. His eyes downfield, and he has the run lane available to him right away. We'll take it up for 10 yards to start.
Yeah, Echo missed a dive in between the gap on Cheesecake, and JBX is going to exploit that right away. If you miss a tackle on him, he's going to take it for a lot of yards every single time.
Mm-hmm. So another first down here. He's looking across the midfield here. Has an asset down the field streaking from that running back position. It's going to be a 45-yard pickup and a first. Get him all the way down in Splatter territory with quickness.
Yeah, Essett was on the rise when I was leaving too, and just like that, he comes up with a huge game for JBX and puts him in the red zone early in this game.
Yeah, the Goon Menace himself making a good play there. You're going to see him running out route there on the line of scrimmage. Try to get up for a wheel, kind of. As JBX just maneuvering him around this pocket really well. Might have a lane here to run. He does take it outside right again, and he'll pick up 8 yards there.
Yeah, this drive right now, I could tell they're warming up their defense because they're losing contain very easily and letting the linemen on the war machines just like basically push them around like it's nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna see a cell come out from Regis here. Can't quite hit home, but it's a four-man rush, so the contain was there. But JBX making a nice move just inside a Jipper there. We'll find 3 yards and a first down. Death making the tackle.
Yeah, good job by JBX diving for that first and resetting these downs.
Don't surprise. We're not seeing them come out in the four-down lineman, the safety pressure yet. It's been the biggest thing to stop JBX, but Hippie actually gonna get in the backfield. Passing down there for JBX will fall incomplete. He'll get sacked for 14 yards.
That's a great dive by Hippie right there to shoot through that gap and tackle JBX for that big of a loss in this tight area.
Mm-hmm. So far, they've been going pretty smooth for the War Machines. One bad play there, but they're going to throw a Vasquez over the middle. Going to be a 20-yard touchdown.
It's a great little pre-throw route to Vasquez, and Vasquez came up and gave JBX a chance to get that touchdown. Joshy almost made a great read on it by cutting it under, but Vasquez putting his body on the line to make that touchdown.
Yeah, great play there coming out of Vasquez. You can really see that Rat Pack synergy coming out from these two as of late in the NGL. As we can put one on the board, take the lead quickly here against the Splatter. Now it's but now it's gonna be the Splatter's turn to answer. Let's see how they decide to do that. Gonna be Club with the ball here. Has a nice return. Good lane there. Gonna get all the way to the 36. And now, if you're the War Machines, what are you looking to do with this drive?
If I'm the War Machines, I want to send pressure on Jipper right away. I want to show Jipper that, like, it's not going to be an all day thing back there. So let him feel the pressure. And then when he starts to feel it, play a little off defense and maybe cause an interception.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we saw happening to Jipper in that cheesesteaks game, as Jipper was getting pressured a lot. He normally had his outlets in Death, and Death was pretty much taken away all game because
Yeah.
the pressure was getting there quickly. Jipper couldn't get it out. He was getting sacked. He was probably getting flustered. So getting to the quarterback going to be the key here against this Splatter team.
Yeah, whenever your quarterback is getting rattled, it's hard for them to like focus on what routes they want for their receivers.
Jipper trying to move around there, can't quite find where he wants to go. As he's going to
And I
take a
believe that's
sack there, 6 yards.
Mouse with the sack, huh?
Mal's been a menace. He was a last round pick for the War Machines and making some plays for them as JBX does a nice. Sorry, Jibber gets a nice job trying to throw that, but a good body block coming out of Esset, I believe, there.
Yeah, that was a huge body block from Essett. I believe if he did not get that body block, Captain was sliding towards that, and it could have been a huge play for them on second down.
Yeah, so now a 3rd and 16. Jipper standing strong in the pocket, throwing it over the middle. That's going to be picked by Esset, just a little bit short underneath Joshi there, who was running that post route. That's
And
going to
that just
be 32
go ahead.
yards and a pick for the War Machine. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say that's just like something that happens. Like they get a sack on first down, and it starts to rattle the quarterback. And then once that quarterback starts getting rattled, he does a little overthrow to captain, and then leads to an interception to play after.
And then here you go. You have Hesed this time, and JBX just trying to hit him on that corner route. And that'll be a little bit underthrown. Joshua getting a little bit of revenge there, so he gets a pick for himself.
I believe that was Jipper. I think JBX seen the mismatch and threw at Jipper, and Jipper said, "You know
Oh,
what? It's not a mismatch."
yeah, sorry, my mistake. Jipper getting the pick there. Lots of J's names in this game.
Yeah, there is.
All right, but yeah, good play by Jipper taking that back as teams are kind of trading back and forth here. A little bit of hot potato between the quarterbacks. Will be a 2nd and 26 though, as Jipper takes that on first down, looking to step up here on second, has the run as Cheesecake dives. Jipper looking to find some blockers ahead. I think we'll pick up 20 yards back. Now set up a 3rd and 6, much more manageable for them.
Yeah, so it's looking like War Machine has Vasquez playing that middle linebacker spy, but he's tending to show that he's just gonna go all the way up to the post early, and Jipper
Ooh.
was able to exploit that with a big run.
And then there's Death finally getting involved. He's going to make his first sketch of the game for a nice 42-yard gain. Sets him up in the red zone. Jipper looking to strike here now, potentially.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big play for them if they could get in this end zone and tie the game up.
Let's see what he opts to do. It's going to be a sell inside there. Wi-Fi nearly hitting home. Jipperbo looking to dot up the back of the end zone. That's going to be Death there for a 14-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was a really good route by Death. He kind of like ran it like he was gonna run a fade to the back right corner, but then ended up cutting post late, and JBX just wasn't able to get that pre-throw.
Yeah, so Death make his presence felt here. Jipper looking to convert the 2-point. Tries to just run it straight up the middle. Maybe catch the D-line sleeping a bit, but it doesn't work. So it's actually going to be now Jipper's team trailing by a point instead of just going for the field goal.
I wonder if it was a misclick and he like accidentally picked that play instead of the field goal, and
Yeah,
instead of wasting a timeout, and just said, "You know what? Let's go for it."
yeah, could have very well have been. But we're gonna see if War Machine's here gonna keep this lead on this drive through an interception on their last drive. So gonna see if they can keep it clean. Here going on the field, JBX to his right barely avoids Echo, who does a nice job getting in there and ends up selling contained because of it though. JBX picks up for an easy 16-yard run.
Yeah, it started off by them missing that tackle early, and then Cheesecake was able to wrap and just basically walk JBX down the aisle.
Yeah, that's what a lot of these what a lot of these teams fears. JBX is getting these free yards, and usually you see him do it by making moves up the middle, cutting up lanes. But I mean, you give him the free run to the sideline, he will take that 9 times out of 10 as well. So got to just be very disciplined on this D line when you're facing him. It's going to be Regis, I believe, picking up another sack there. All right, so second 19, just throwing it up to Etson. That's not even leverage though, and Joshy will get a pick. This time it's going to be him. 38 yards back there, and No,
Yeah, it
Splatter got a chance for a lead.
sort of looked like almost like a blob play. AK was in the area too, and Essett were both in the area. Um, and Joshy had the leverage, all of it.
Yeah. Jipper dancing around a bit. Eventually, we'll get a comeback called, and Josh, you make an amazing play on the sideline there, right in front of AK.
Yeah, that
We'll
was
keep
great.
that in, get a bit of extra yak as well.
That was a great ball placement by Jipper right there. It was basically his guy or no guy sideline.
Mm-hmm. Jipper doing a good job getting to the right here, though. He's gonna run out of space. Looks like the lineman got a little bit confused. Maybe Jipper. They thought Jipper was gonna step up for the run, so they just kind of left the Wi-Fi after he dived, and gonna lead to an 8-yard sack. There's with the second quarter now.
So the last time Jipper got sacked, they ended up like throwing a pick a couple plays after. So let's see what they are up to this time.
Yeah, see if they can rebound from this. Not too much lost here. I'm gonna be second down. He gets to the left sideline. Not quite finding anything, but still lots of time ahead of him. He shifts back to the left now. Pick a side, Jipper. As he eventually does, we'll run it up, pick up 7 yards, and kind
Yeah,
of get that sack back. But
he was looking, he was taking his time to see if he could find an open lane, but unfortunately, he never found that receiver, and now they're stuck at a third and long.
yeah, so great coverage there by the War Machines, really just locking it down, playing their switches perfectly. As this time, it's just death run on an in route, and Vasquez looked like he was on it, but Jipper just places it perfectly between the two defenders.
Yeah, Jipper knew that Vasquez is going to be lurking within the hash marks, so he knew that as soon as Death took that in route, he needed to throw it instantly, and Death knew that and just stopped right on the money.
Oh, Mouth nearly hitting home there. It's not going to get barely on the shield. Now Jipper, so much time just circling back and forth, sideline to sideline. Oh, but two dives coming out. They had a chance, and Jipper gonna toss it up for death, and he's gonna catch it a 35-yard touchdown. Right in the front of the end zone.
I was panicking right there for the Splatter because he had Joshy coming back on the left side of the field wide open for days. And then he ended up throwing it, like a one-on-one battle to Death, but Death is showing why he's, that guy right now.
All right, Death's gonna catch another ball there, but this one it'll actually be a little bit short. Won't go, so it's going to be a 5-point lead for the Splatter over the War Machine. However, War Machine have not looked good on their last two drives. Need to maybe get back to their fundamentals. Run it when you can. Don't try and force a deep pass. You can do your dink and dunk if you need to down the field. Need to be a
Yeah,
bit
go back
safer
go
here.
back to your key things that is working, They're not really stopping the run. So just keep the run in your pocket and just keep going.
Mhm. The JBX looking to step up here, makes a great move, avoids Regis there. And then be Jipper on cleanup duty after a 5-yard run up the middle.
And a 5-yard run is all you need. If you could get that every single time on average, you're getting a first down every two plays.
hmm And we're still seeing a bit of an interesting approach here. They're staying in 2-5, so they have the two down linemen. They're letting Hippie just free roam. And I mean, that's fine, but what we've seen have really worked against JBX is when you have those 4 down linemen. You have the safety pressure coming in every single play. So we'll see if they opt to keep staying with this 5-man front or 2-man front with just Hippie free roaming. We 9-yard comeback there to Vasquez.
So in a second and one situation right here with this defensive setup that they're having, I want to see JBX like fake a run and send one of these linemen just right down. Send them. Unless that's not a thing anymore, but
No, it's still a thing. You usually see at the counter when you have 4 linemen. That's when you usually want to pull it out. But with Jipper still being in free roam, it's a lot harder to do. It will be a 9-yard sack here for Echo. JBX has to roll back to the right there.
yeah, when I was seeing Jipper like run up against that wall, it's like, you could really torch him if he's playing
Ooh.
that much pressed up.
Stunt coming out there between the Regis and Hippie, and JBX going to smartly throw that one away. Didn't like the pressure in his face. Knew if he held on any longer, he might just take the sack there.
That was a great throwaway. You don't want to risk it, especially already being second and long. Now
Mhm.
you're coming in third and long. You need something to break apart these yards.
Yeah, you don't have to go for boom or bust here, but you need to at least get some yards here, make it a bit more easier. He will get a comeback here, and Haskins does a nice job sliding back up. They're now a 4th and 12, though. A little
Yeah,
bit
this is
tricky.
manageable.
Yeah, but it's
This is
manageable.
manageable.
Manageable. You can call like a first down in out type stuff. They'll feel comfortable with that getting 2 there. We'll see what they do here on the 4th and 12.
Regis almost getting right through there.
And he actually does a nice job
Yeah,
circling around.
yeah. He came off the edge, and Wi-Fi had already used his push, and he was able to cut back inside and just dive right at JBX for a free sack.
Yeah, sometimes that's the duality of that push is you have your guy on the shield already, and you're like, okay, I just want to create room here. I want to push him out. But sometimes by doing that, you just free them right back up to make kind of moves like that. As
Hmm.
Joshi makes a beautiful catch between two defenders, had one of his guys there too, and it's gonna be a 25-yard pickup, gets a ton of yak there. And now Splatter in striking distance, 6 yards to go. And it's just an easy score up the middle there for Jipper. 6 yard rushing touchdown helps them maintain this lead.
Yeah, 6 yards, especially what like how good their line has been playing, is very easy for Jipper to get, especially with Jipper being another movement quarterback as well. Like he's very hard to tackle.
And Jipper doing a signature throw there, but it's gonna be a yard short for Captain Club. He's just like diving on the ground doing those goofy passes. But you know what? It works for him sometimes. Didn't quite work for him there, but still gonna have a 9 point lead here over the War Machines.
You know, with them missing all these 2 points, they are really keeping the War Machines in this game.
Yeah, I mean 9 points. It could be a lot worse right now. Could be a 21 to 7 point game.
Yeah. So
In,
JBX needs to dial in here. They got a minute and 30 seconds to get down this field,
mhm.
especially with the Splatter getting the ball back at half.
Yeah, it could be won't be a chance for double dip opportunity for them, but definitely want to try and score something here, make it a bit sooner, and then maybe clean up some stuff at halftime. I'll figure out what's going wrong with them on defense. As that's gonna be a nice flick there. It's the comeback, and AK will dive, just barely get that first down there for the War Machines as we keep winding down this clock.
JBX seeing that their defense is playing more off pace right now. They're more dropping back to cover the deep routes.
Yeah, and he's gonna actually have a guy open deep. AK gonna have to spot bot that one over death, but a great throw gonna get him in great position here. A 36-yard completion.
Yeah, AK was bullying that route the whole time. He had the whole side of the field for himself, it looked like.
Mhm. And now War Machines in good position here. Don't need to force anything. Nice job adjusting, getting his blockers readjusted in front of him. And now JBX takes off for a run. We'll get a 16-yard there as he pulls it out to the left. First and goal now. 70 yards to go.
They just need to know when they got JBX in the pocket, it's okay. It's when they get him rotating out, it's a problem. So as long as they keep him contained in there, they should be fine.
Yeah. Edges just need to make, especially the short side edges, just need to make sure they maintain that contained. They're not trying to push too
Yeah, don't
far.
overextend.
Yeah,
Don't overextend.
don't push yourself too far to the other side of the field. Just keep yourself pushing forward as JBX gonna keep himself pushing forward. It's gonna be a 2 yard run up the middle. As it looked like every Splatter lineman got penetration there, but none of them could hit him.
So my only fear right now is the fact that the War Machine scored so fast. Because the way that Jipper and the Splatter are moving down the field with like the opportunities that they've been getting, it's been really, really fast paced offense for them.
Gonna be
So with
a
41 seconds, they could probably score.
yeah, that definitely is a concern here. They're up by 3 still, but could add some more points on. Even a field goal would be pretty nice, especially since you're getting the ball back at half. So we'll see what Splatter are able to do as we have two people AFK on kickoff. It's gonna be AK and Wi-Fi so far away, but they don't get punished for it. It will only be a 21-yard return.
If they were on my team, they would be doing 5 push-ups right now for AFK gaming.
Yeah, don't do that. Imagine they would have broken that touchdown there.
Yeah,
Shipper just gonna run up the middle here. Maybe I don't know what he's doing. Maybe grinding clock out. No, no, just looking for an actual run.
Little off pace run.
Yeah, maybe just trying to catch him sleeping. Doesn't quite this time, as he will be able to roll left to hit Joshy there on the comeback. Joshy going to slide out of bounds, but they do get into 50 range if they need to. They'll have plenty
Yeah, I
of
mean
time,
that's
all
a
three
huge
time or
play.
two timeouts left.
Even if Joshy accidentally went out, he still saved time on the clock either way.
Hmm. Not going to complain with 26 seconds left if you go out of bounds if you get that first still. All that matters. Jipper,
Wow.
though, making a great move, steps up in the face of Cheesecake. He's not afraid. He is running, though. It's surrounded by a few tacklers. They will call their second timeout. So last timeout, probably used to set up either a field goal or if they feel like they're going to go for the touchdown, maybe go for it on that
That was
last
a
play.
that was a great move to get out of that pocket right there from
Uh,
Jipper.
yeah, just amazing job just stepping up there. Cheesecake, one of the more dominant linemen in the game right now, is oh, Gipper had time to set up and throw there on the right sideline. Puts it a little too high though. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming out. Would have been an easy touchdown pass there to Club. 5 seconds left. Might be the last play of the half. Triple zeros on the clock. Gipper just throwing up. It's gonna be picked.
Yeah, he tried to throw it short for Death, but Vasquez seen it and was able to recognize it right before Death made that crazy diving catch.
All right, so here are your halftime stats real quick. Gipper leading in both passing yards and rushing yards, surprisingly. So Splatter putting on a bit more effective, more efficient or offense here. So we're gonna see if maybe the War Machines can adjust in the half, or maybe it's gonna be start seeing the Splatter continue to run away.
Yeah, what the War Machines need to do is they need to trust their line and able to stop Jipper in the backfield and play more like midfield contain because these in routes that are giving him these first downs need to be stopped before it gets out of hand for them.
Jipper will take a sack there from Mouse. Good contained by the entire line on that play. Nowhere for him to run. He'll have a comeback here. Death's gonna make a nice adjustment, pick up 11 yards, making it a much more manageable 3rd and 3 now here for the Splatter. Probably gonna have to see a pick come out here if they want to get a stop with the way Jipper's moving right now.
A big
And
chip coming from Captain.
yeah, Mouse gets pancaked on that play. Jipper, plenty of
There he
time,
is.
just staring down his guy too much though. Doesn't throw the ball away, and Cheesecake gonna get 19 yards in the backfield.
Jipper had a lot of time, and Captain was making his way to the right sideline. If Jipper just threw that ball, Captain could have came up huge for a first down for them.
Yeah, instead, cross body, and oh no, cross body come back
The
like to the
crossbody,
inside.
the in route, it's killing them.
You just can't let that up. It's 4th down. You've done a good job pushing him back thus far. You just gotta be better with that kind of stuff.
You got to play the line.
Hmm.
If you're playing that safety spot, you need to be on that line for your teammate. He can't guard it.
Yeah, so Splatter doing a good job converting that 4th down. Gipper all the time in the world now to run. Cheesecake might be barreling down here in a second. Instead, gonna overthrow there. Want a captain club. Going from sideline to sideline, it looks.
I mean, a little lower, GBX might have been in the perfect spot to intercept that ball because he overthrew Captain.
Yeah. Okay, Jipper steps up into the Bermuda Triangle there. Had 3 linemen all surrounding him. And not only threw a
Cheesecake
9 yard sack, another 4th down situation here.
Cheesecake coming up with another third down sack. I mean, puts this team in fourth down territory again. They need to play this en route. One of them.
Yeah, let's see.
Somebody.
Let's see if they have what it takes to stop this. Gonna be another comeback over the middle. And Joshy just gonna be a menace here on 4th down. Picks up 18 and another first. As the War Machines have no answers on 4th down right now.
Yeah, this the middle of the field. The middle of the field. It's troubling right now.
Hmm. As we'll see, Jipper able to step up, contained, sold there by Mouse this time. All the way to the left sideline. Jipper will just take it upfield. And eventually Cheesecake gonna meet him back down there for a 14-yard pickup. Drive moving, keep the drive alive.
The way that play was going, Jipper might have had an easy 20 yards right there if he would have just ran it earlier. But Easy
Oh,
12.
that was close to just getting picked in the back of the end zone. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that was very, very close. A little over death, and JBX had a crazy slide to get around him. A little bit lower, and it would have been trouble.
hmm this time looking for just back end zone trust, kind of. Didn't have any leverage deep there. Jipper maybe just
I,
trying. He's just kind of forcing things now. Need to be
it,
careful.
it it almost feels like he's like trying to warm up or something. Like he wants to hit these deep balls, but he's just not like completely warmed up yet.
Yeah, two plays in a row. Jipper kind of being a little bit iffy on his decisions to throw it deep. We'll see if he can adjust here. This time he'll have to come back to the sideline. JBX diving, gonna miss, and that just slides it up, gets the touchdown, 21 yards to the young buck.
Yeah, JBX seen the route coming, and because of him knowing what was about to come, he tried to hit a pre-slide and ended up getting body blocked. So then he ended up diving to try to stop the play from happening, and unfortunately he missed the tackle completely.
Right. So sandwich is gonna come out and be converted. Gives them 26 points on the board now as they take that 9 point lead back. That is two scores that this war machine is gonna have to get, while also simultaneously stopping the splatter at any point on offense.
So with that drive being 2 minutes, they burned a good amount of time off this clock, especially with how much Jipper was throwing the ball. It just shows how long he's been sitting in that pocket. He has so much time. They need to send maybe a little pressure after Jipper so they could, put a little pressure on him.
Yeah, rush that internal clock on Jipper. Make him make mistakes as JBX tries to juke around the pocket here. Can only do so much as Regis eventually going to get the 3 yard sack there in the backfield. So yeah, gotta be more consistent with the pressure. Gotta really start hitting home. Otherwise, Splatter's gonna be scoring all day. It will be JBX rolling around. Eventually, he will throw it away. Now a 3rd and 13 coming out for the War Machine.
Yeah, the pocket was looking a little jammed up there. A lot of the linemen were starting to get a little lost in the pocket, so it was a good decision to JBX to throw that out of there.
Okay, 3rd and 13 now. War Machines. We'll see the ball go out left here. Looking for Mouse on the leak. And he'll lose a yard.
It's a great play from Joshy to like spy that out right away. Those rubs are dangerous.
Yeah, that takes a lot of restraint to not just fall into the deep route, the wide receiver trying to take you out of that play. Trusting his safety will be there, and he just covers the leak perfectly for Mouse. As it's gonna be a comeback, that's gonna be picked by Joshy. Vasquez on the sideline threw too much inside leverage. Wouldn't have even been a first down initially, too. Vasquez would have had to make some moves if he did catch that.
I'm very surprised on that comeback route, only because what I seen on the other side of the field was a lot of separation from one of the receivers.
Yeah, so JBX, sorry, Jipper does a great job just roaming in that pocket again. Just so much time. The line is holding up so well for him as he's going
Yeah,
to complete another 33 yards on the sideline.
this line on the splatter, they are playing super well, keeping Jipper safe back there for the most part, and
Oh,
he's just able to dot people up like that.
and that's going to be Club there. We'll get a 5 yard touchdown back of the end zone as Jipper just splits the safety and the corner perfectly. And this is kind of getting out of hand now here.
Yet the War Machine's gonna have to come back, and they're gonna need like a banger of a play, like early. Um, if they don't get that quick, it's gonna get real like dangerous for them to make a comeback.
Yeah, I would say if they don't like put up meaningful offense here, it might just be game. Like they've looked so stagnant since their last touchdown.
A lot of the drives that Splatter have been able to score has started within their own 50. They're not getting past the 50, so then Jipper just has an easy offensive lane to go and score when he's starting at their own 30.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like they're doing anything impressive. When they're starting it, when you're starting inside your enemy's territory nonstop, it's so much easier for you.
Yeah,
Eh,
you have a lot of confidence and you're just able to just do whatever you want because it's working.
yeah, so at a bare minimum, maybe you want to, if you're not scoring here, you just don't want to turn over the ball in your own territory here for the War Machines. However,
Yeah,
best case scenario, you want to score here. Regis going to sell inside, not quite hit home. JBX has the step up, just take the run. You have plenty of time left, so look for his blocks downfield. That'll be a 25-yard gain. Gets him now inside Splatter territory.
this is good. This is good. They're in a good spot. He could end up taking a shot to the end zone right here. Scoring before the third ends is huge for them.
Okay, probably hit triple zeros here on the clock. JBX breaks the pocket, but looking for a deep shot back in the end zone. Vasquez, it's gonna be overthrown for him, and that'll get us to the fourth quarter here. Currently, War Machines down by 19 points.
That
Need
was
to
just
start picking up.
a hair too high. Vasquez almost made a crazy catch. That would have been huge for them.
Yeah, especially being able to just do it right as soon as you hit the half. As Hippie gonna get a 2-yard sack here, stopping JBX from any of that running shenanigans on the sideline.
Hippie with a little jump around mouse right there, and getting a nice sack to help
Mm-hmm.
his team out, making it third and long.
Yeah, so 3rd and 12 here. JBX tries to settle down on that hash mark, and then Hippie's gonna eat that.
Yeah, Hippie's having a drive right now for the Splatter, coming up with two big sacks back to back, pushing JBX 4th and 24.
Yeah, so he might just have to toss it up here. He does have over Josh, but Josh he does good job just conserving Stam, baiting that out as soon as JBX threw that, just slides right behind Vasquez. I think Vasquez looked like he wanted a comeback there, so he started like coming back before JBX
Yeah.
threw it. And JBX just placing it too high there, wanted to keep throwing it for the corner.
So as bad as this looks, it might not actually be too bad. If War Machine gets the safety here and gets this ball back, they have a good chance to still making the comeback, but they need to get this safety.
Yeah, the safety itself doesn't change too much. It's mainly just taking the ball out of Jipper's hand. He just has a free 10+ yard run up the middle. I mean, you can't just be giving that up.
No, absolutely not.
All right, so now pretty much resetting the drive here from around their own 20. Jipper and the Splatter will be facing the 4-man rush. Vasquez does get in. Wi-Fi gonna get sacked there after the safety pressure pushing him into him.
That's what we needed all game, by the way. We needed this four-man. The four-man is dangerous.
Yeah, we're gonna see 3-man here, and that's actually gonna be a safety. So it will be Wi-Fi making his name known on the board. He's gonna come up with his fourth sack of the game, and his safety does put him within 17. So that's still technically 3 scores.
3 scores with 3 minutes left. They're going to need bomb play after bomb play if they want to try to even remotely come back in this game right here.
Yeah. Can't be doing this dink and stunk stuff downfield. Now you need to go for these boomer busts. You've waited too long. So, and that's the thing that hasn't been helping them either, is when they were going for the boom and bust, they just haven't been able to do anything on offense. So we'll see if this trend has to continue, or if maybe they can snap this. Gonna be Vasquez on the sideline out of bounds though.
With this far of a deficit in the score, they know that they don't have to play up close on these wide receivers. They could just drop back. If they get beat in the 50, then they lose the 50. It is what it is. But you won't see these corners playing down low because it's not worth it for them.
Yep. Gonna be Echo notching in another sack there in his second of the game. Gonna be JBX now in kind of a safety situation himself here, as he'll just choose to run up the middle. We'll only get 5 yards though. Now it's gonna be 4th and 21 from his own 10-yard line. War Machine's not looking well oiled now. Can they convert this? We'll see.
I'm curious on who he throws this up to.
Okay, keeping Essid in there to block. JBX giving AK a shot here to 50, and Def gonna be able to get the spot first. You saw AK gliding, went a little past it, tried to readjust, but
Yeah,
before he even had a chance, Death already there.
yeah. It looked like AK had the spot early, but then he moved up just a little bit too much, and Dust was like, "Nope, I got it now."
Yep. So now Jipper back with ball in hand. He's gonna put up extra points there, although he throws it deep, and AK, I guess, will get his revenge there.
AK trying to keep his team within reasonable defeat. Giving JBX another chance to score, but as of right now, the score is looking ugly.
We'll see what they do here. JBX 2:16 left on the clock. Will be rolling to his right, stepping up, throwing it deep. Essid with a chance up the middle. We'll
There
catch
we
that
go.
43 yards.
There we go.
Esid's such a menace when he just streaks straight up the middle.
If you got a guy like that, you got to use it. Utilize that. He's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, a very, I think, underrated target here that JBX has in Esid. I remember last game they played, he was just abusing Esset up the middle of the field, getting open several times, and we just haven't seen that. Maybe that's the boomer bust play you need. Usually you go to your outside receivers a lot for those boomer busts, but maybe the running back's turn.
Yeah, I mean, we seen it in that first drive, and they scored within like 30 seconds of the game. And then after that, we haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah, getting pressure in his face there. Have to throw this one away back to the red, pretty much. As time continues to rain down here, we got a 142 left in the game. Will be JBX. Rolling wants the post back in the end zone. AK gonna catch that for 25 yards and another
That was a
touchdown.
great play design from JBX. He sent Vasquez on that in route. And as soon as he seen Jipper pull down the Vasquez, he perfectly lined that post up to AK for that touchdown. Like, if they were clicking like that earlier, this game, it could have been a fun one, like insanely fun, because that was a beautiful route combo.
Yeah, so sadly, on the other hand, though, they're gonna go for the 2 point and not make it. So we'll keep it at 11-point differential right now. 133 left. It's looking like their odds are pretty slim here if they want to make the comeback. But we're gonna see a quick
Yeah,
pause. Wi-Fi trolling. Oh God, I'm gonna if he does that one more time, I'm gonna go down there, give him the stick.
yeah, we're gonna have to come down on the field and let them know, like, hey, what are you doing?
How you doing, fool? I see 4-man rush coming out here. Pressure was kind of there. Vasquez actually dropped off late there.
And
And
that
now
was
we,
still like it's still a good, like, you send in, you get the pressure like intense, and if you drop back, you might be there for a missed throw.
mhm.
But unfortunately, he was able to get it right to his running back there.
That is the deadly sort of thing Death does there. Death always, I swear, I've seen him do this a ton. He perfectly sells that streak and then cuts either back to the side, like backwards to the sideline, or cuts up to the sideline, and he makes his money on that kind of play. I saw him do that several times against teams in week two. You know, against the Philly cheesesteaks, and now Death's gonna get another touchdown here for himself. Keep this probably offensive player of the year candidates uh, conversation going. He's got 10 catches, 227 yards, and 4 touchdowns. I mean, this man's looking unstoppable.
Yeah, I know from like playing with Jipper here and there. Um, Jipper's the type of quarterback that will like let you know he'll kind of count down. If he sees that the corner is playing a little tight on you, he'll be like, "All right, come back in 3, 2, 1," and then as soon as you hear one, that ball is already coming back to you because, like, he's playing it off of what he sees on the field and how that player is playing. So it's either your ball or like nothing because that's just how he is.
Yeah, those kind of call outs so hard to defend. JBX stepping up, and that's gonna be overthrown. And he saw Essa just dive to the side. He's like, I can't even get close to that. But yeah, you saw him pretty much surrounded by 4 linemen. He was in his own lineman shield and still getting the ball out. Kind of insane as we hit the 1 minute warning now. War Machine's pretty much out of the game. But gonna try and pick up some brownie points here at the end. Vasquez, nice in route there. We'll pick up about 15 yards.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I seen a lot of these players play, and I'm happy to say that everybody played very well tonight.
Yeah, Vasquez gonna get the comeback there. Making some good yak. Good blocks ahead of him. Yakskez, some people calling. He'll pick up 37 or 36 yards in total. 33 left on the clock. As JBX gonna try and roll. He steps up and Echo just there to make the play. Says no, you are not getting in that gap today.
Yeah, Regis did a really good job of like holding that contain. He did not allow JBX to wrap around him and just walked them right into Echo.
Yeah, that's how line should be playing. You usually have two aggressive. You have one that kind of tries and play the contain, play the cleanup crew, and you kind of maybe try and alternate that between different players. Death gonna get a pick on the sideline here, and that's all they wrote for the game. 14 seconds left. Probably just gonna run out the clock if you're Jipper. Get out of here with your dub and finish season 4-3 for the Splatter.
He's looking to get
Oh,
Death some yards. At this point, Death could end up putting up a 300-yard game.
that's insane. This dude nearly had a 500-yard game. He's just putting up insane stat after insane stat. That's going to be not leveraged to him, so that's actually going to be picked, and that'll be your last play. Esset coming down with an interception at the end, but we're going to be looking to get Jipper in here for the post game interview. As I'll tell him,
So yeah, Death is looking like that guy for the Splatter, man. 260 yards, 11 receptions. The dude had 2 interceptions, 4 of the touchdowns. Like, that's incredible.
all right, we brought Jipper in here for the post game interview. It's a Splatter. Went over the War Machines 42-23. Jipper, how you feeling out there finishing your final game of the regular season?
Feels good, man. Those boys played great. The line fucking just went nutty. So it was a good game. Um, I mean, I'm proud of this team, man. We don't have one of our starting receivers ever, and Juju, and Magician never shows up either. So you know,
Yeah, but let's talk about your one starting receiver that's always seems to show up. It's going to be Death here, going for 11 catches, 260, 4 touchdowns.
hmm
How integral has he been this entire season for you?
well, before the season, I had never played with him. I had been interested. I thought he was dupe mean, to be honest, from what I had seen in pugs and stuff like that. I had never actually ever played with him or picked him. Um, and I got him, and I had gotten multiple messages telling me that it was a mistake, that he's not good, and he cheats, all the things.
He's a
And
cheater.
exactly. And I still have one thing that somebody sent me, and I just keep posting it around everywhere. It literally says, "Death is shit. Why'd you pick him there?" And I replied to it, "I'm going to make him the next Doom and that's been my goal. And I mean, it's not really something that I could do. It's just the kid is just an absolute monster, and
Yeah,
has
it's
been
more on him. You just throw the ball to him and he makes the play,
exactly,
right?
exactly. He's
Yeah.
not. It's not really. I mean, I'm washed up. Everybody knows I'm not as good as I once was, and he just catches everything I throw at him. So it's uh,
I
it's
mean,
nice to have a receiver like that.
it looks like he's been coming up huge for you with 11 receptions, four of your 6 touchdowns were to him.
hmm
Uh, You know, you got this guy going crazy, and then Joshy out there playing out of his mind on defense. It looked like.
Joshy went wild tonight. I was very happy with him.
Hmm.
Had a few miscues between us, but he's still fucking played great, man.
Okay, so yeah, finishing your regular season now, you guys finished 4-3 in the season. How do you think it went for you overall in the regular season?
I think it went all right. I mean, I kind of sold the bag on that last game. I just couldn't put any offense together. I wasn't really playing to my potential, and I kind of let my team down that last game. But I think it was a good season, and we're ready for playoffs.
Yeah, so kind of talking getting into the playoffs now. So now that you've had 7 games under your belt, 7 competitive, like truly competitive games under your belt with this team, what are some things that you think like your view has kind of changed from first playing with them to now?
So I didn't realize how good this line is or could be, but it's absolutely wild how good they actually are. And it makes my job that much easier to be the broken play quarterback that I am and always have been. And to have that line that can sustain my stupidity at quarterback just makes me play that much better.
Yeah, there was a lot of times like during the game we were kind of watching, like it almost looked like the line was falling apart, but at the same time, it was just you making so much time in the back of the field with like just moving left to right, left to right, left to right, and then you were able to just run up whenever you wanted.
It was nice. It's nice to have people that don't bite. So this is, I mean, a lot of linemen know this. If you bite too hard on too many moves, that's when you get killed at linemen. It's nice to have those experienced linemen that don't bite on every single move, and that's what's so good about these linemen I drafted. And honestly, I have 5 linemen that are just wild. So I'm very happy with with how I drafted and how it went and how it's going.
All right, so last question here for you, Jipper. You're now officially in the playoffs. How you think the Splatter are gonna do? Are you guys gonna win the chip?
Oh, I have no doubt. I'm the number one winningest quarterback in Gridiron. I'm coming back for another one.
You heard it here first.
All right, thank you, Jipper.
Chipper's coming for another ring.
Thank you, Jipper, for joining us for the post game interview, and best of luck in the playoffs next season. Thanks for giving us a really fun batch of games to watch overall. Whenever we watch the Splatter.
Of course. Thank y'all.
GG's, man.
Okay, so that'll be all we have for you today here from the NGL, as I believe the other game just finished, and the winner of that actually going to be the Blackhawks winning over the Hydra 14-6. So Blazing Bows team looking to make that last moment push for the playoffs. Now going to 2-4 out the season, so one more game to play for them. Miski's team pretty much loses playoff contention here as they fall down to 1-5. Meanwhile, Splatter are now at 4-3, and War Machine's currently at 3-3. Still a lot more games to go this week, so make sure you stay tuned to the Twitch channel. It's been Soup in the booth here, along with Conspiracy. Have a great day, everybody.